a second because I'm doing this Streamlabs thing where I'm streaming to multiple places, and it is not showing me everything, so I have to open up all these windows once I get started. So it gets a little, oh, I just want everything to be here. Hi, Juliana. Are you driving, my dear? So I am really trying to, okay, I got that one. Thank you. I need to get in there and share as well. Oh, wow, you already made it downtown. Cool. Yes. So I am trying to get my Instagram open for me to see those comments if I can. So my computer being way over here is hard. That's not what I needed. That's not what I needed. That's not what I needed. Biscuits, this one. Okay, we're getting there. One's going away. I need you out here, and I need you out here. This always just takes so much flipping time to get me going. Hey, Juliana, I'm going to put a comment in, and I'm going to see if you can see it on Instagram. I'm just curious. Okay, tell me if you can see that on... Nope. I'm curious. Well, maybe it will. What the heck? What just happened? Come out here again. Alrighty. Alright. Well, it shows that it went out to Facebook and TikTok. I am going to... I just love that it takes me 5 extra minutes to get going whenever I start these things. Erg, not that one. There it is. Okay. You're not seeing the Instagram one. Okay. Well, if it didn't go... Hi! Thanks, Patty, for painting along. I'm back to trying Streamlabs again, so this is always a little bit of setup. So there's my Instagram comments. There's my TikTok comments. And I'll just do this. And then we will go from there. What's this one? TikTok, Instagram, side by side, and then I can kind of see what's going on here. Oh, jeez. What a pain. Please, just don't do what you just did. Alrighty. I'm on. Here we go. Here we go. That's me. Where am I on that one? Bizarre. Oh, I'm up there. Okay, so I'm back to my bear, and then I think you're pretty good. I'm on different cameras. I'm not on my phone, so that's different. That is different. But here we roll. Except I gotta find my paint. Our break. Already starting with one. Okay. Have fun, Juliana. Do not overheat, my friend. Alrighty. I think I'm going to start right in the center. Oh, I'm going to start with Told myself I was going to start with the glouche. So I am. So I am. All of the red get glouche. Hi, Cara. So now I'm trying to see, okay, that's the TikTok one. Got it. Okay. I'm looking at my different things. I'm back to trying, obviously, if I'm on here, I'm trying the Streamlabs again. So when you see me looking over this way, I'm looking at my monitor where my camera is. Glouche is a product from Deserted Bliss. It's pretty new. It's a tacky glue. Let's see if I can get it up there. I'm not sure about this camera. So it's a tacky glue that you can put mica over, or even a really fine glitter. So it goes on white like this, and it's going to dry clear, and it stays tacky for literally weeks if you leave it. But what it does is creates that kind of tacky surface for the mica to stick on. I'll see if I can get an example real quick. Grab two. I miss doing lives. It feels so much better. Okay. It's by Deserted Bliss. So if you look up Deserted Bliss, and you can probably hardly see that. Okay, Deserted Bliss. So I put glouche on, if you can try to get the light on this kind of magenta. Hey, Jan. Sounds good. So I put glouche on this, what color was it? I think it was Vivid Violet, and then added Terra's Purple Chrome mica to it. So it really adds some incredible shine that the camera, of course, is not going to capture. Will this one capture it better? Now you see my face in there, sorry. I do this kind of shit all the time. I can't control myself. It's not really capturing it. I'm so sorry. It is so, I just love what it has done for my painting. It has really stepped it up. Thank you, Cindy. I have been working hard. Thanks, Julie. Juliana, look at you. You're supposed to be enjoying yourself. But thank you for adding that in. Juliana is off in Fairbanks at the Midnight Sun Festival, which is a kind of a big deal for solstice here, because we literally have sun around the clock. They start a baseball game like at midnight in the midnight sun. It's kind of wild. Tara, I was just talking about glouche. Cindy was asking. I was trying to show, but of course my cameras are not. I brought this one over to try and show the mica on it, but it just doesn't do it. The camera can't get it. This camera is not fantastic, I've decided. So, I don't know. I'm trying. Thank you. It's really coming together, and once again, it's one of those things that I've never done anything, actually, like having this much surface area. I've done 18-inch fish, I've done 18-inch starfish, but like to do this bear, he's big. He is big. He's got a lot of surface area. And I'm excited about it. Like I was telling Juliana when we were working on this color palette, because I had her search through I told her the colors that the people wanted, and I had her search through the, what are they called? that box, the cube, the color cube, for ones that, for palettes that included those, because it's just not a group of colors I had worked with before. And she pulled out several, and then we narrowed it down to 2, and then I kind of worked off of those to build this. So thank you so much for sharing, Patty. I appreciate it. Hi, Wanda. Jan, you are in Instagram. I see you over there, by the way. So, whatever I was saying, it was oh so important. But Tara, we've got some, I'm going to use the red chrome, except Juliana just picked up my, I'm just going to stick with what I had planned, but Juliana just picked up my box at the post office from you, Tara, so I'm like, it's got those dang reds in it. It's got red wine, and what's your Bliss Drop one? So it has those in it, but I'm going to stick with the chrome on this because they really, their color was crimson, and I feel like the chrome is going to hit crimson better, is my guess. I know she's out playing, and I worry that it's a little bit warm out there. Hopefully she'll be okay, but Phil's working, so she's going to go visit Phil too. So that's good. It is good. Okay, this is the first time, guys. This is my first tool, and that this is popped out. I was doing resin earlier. I should have popped that in with resin. I just have to grab another. I have another of those. Where is it though? Here. Over here. And here. Okay, we're trading out the green, and I will do that with some UV resin. I think everybody is doing well. So, those pieces behind me. Oh, on the wall. Do you know what that is? This is my daughter's high school bedroom. And when COVID hit, that girl was like stir crazy. And she painted all of that wall back there. She painted all this stuff on the wall. So we've got, it's all decorated with Marin. And there was no way I was going to paint over it. No way. It just kind of set the tone for what I do in here. So I am leaving it. Scott is sleeping. Tonks is sleeping behind me, so she'll probably start snoring. But comments. Oh. Cara went over to say hi to Jan on Instagram. I love it. I don't have YouTube or Facebook pulled up, but the comments on YouTube are coming through, and I think Facebook will come through as well. So even though I can't see them or actually see who's there, that's okay. Oh, it looks like Jer's in there. Possibly. Hold on, let me look at something. Oh, please tell me I didn't just mess that up. Oh, yeah, my shaved guy Jer was in. I don't know if he still is, but that's cool. He was cutting some shapes for me yesterday. I think are getting ready to. Oh, cool! So Tara, Cindy just ordered some glouche. Very cool. So I am going to tell you, Cindy, I had some mica also, and the mica that I had just doesn't work as well as whatever this magic Tara has. So if you find that it doesn't work great, and I also highly recommend, Tara's got some videos, short videos even, of just basics of gouache on YouTube. So highly recommend watching those, because I started messing with it before, and then I was like, Tara, what do I do here? This is, Jan, this is an 18-inch bear. Oh, she got a bundle. Awesome. That is good. Great. Yeah, so this is an 18-inch bear. I got this one, I think I got this one like over a year ago when I was dreaming big and stayed too scared to actually paint it, and now it's a custom. It's from 24 Hour Crafts, and I also have an 18-inch seal for the same people that I'll be doing for them after this. So, shall be exciting, I believe. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, Jenna uses it too. Yes, definitely. And I don't know how long ago I got my first like bliss drops, and I was kind of afraid to use them. And now I'm like, I have, Tara, I have a comment for you, Tara, by the way, in a second about the bottles. I started off with like this tiny little shelf of bliss stuff, and right now I'm up to 3 shelves, and one of them is like 4-inch deep. So, and I keep my gouache in a separate place and the mica in a separate place, so it's all, I'm very much a monstrous fan of Tara's paints. They just really have changed. I kind of created my color palettes that I use most of the time, and I'm working my way through them, blissing them up, making them blissful, because it really will like level up what you're doing using Tara's paints. I just love them. Love them, love them. So Tara, if you're, hi Asia. Tara, if you are still there, are you there? Tell me if you're there, because I have something. I know a lot of times you zip in and zip out. You're like me in lives. Hey Jen. Okay, so hey Julie, it is a J. Crew moment. So Tara, you were showing potential bottles, and my one comment that I almost squealed at was how you were showing that it might be just a longer bottle that you're gonna switch to. I was like, do you know how much more I can fit on my shelf if she goes to these narrow, taller bottles? I was a little excited about that. So just so you know, I approve if you go to a narrower bottle. I think it's a great idea. You're saving me space, so it's all good. And I really do like, and it was Jenna that like pointed this out, even though you have pointed it out. I just forget things all the freaking time. I just squirted some gouache in this palette, and now I just am dipping and dragging. I know you appreciate feedback, and I'm a babbler, so. Sorry, I don't have any music or anything going, guys. You could hear a fan and a snoring dog. Yeah, I think the taller, narrower bottle will be really nice, especially for this arthritic thumb of mine that is really firing off lately. Yeah, because even just like using the gouache pen, that's comfortable. So a bottle that's longer definitely would be cool. We just have to buy empty ones from you when you get it sorted out, and I can transfer my paint. Yeah, even do the different ones. Yeah, I agree. Hi, Jeanette. Yeah, feel free to send me different bottles, and I would even dump my paint into it. Doesn't matter to me, just to test them if you want. Is that? Oh, can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, cool, Jeanette. Yeah. I don't think I very rarely leave things unfinished, I've decided. I left things unfinished when I got a big order and I was like, oh shoot, I gotta be working on this. So I had some ornaments that weren't top dotted and then they ended up buying them anyway, so. Okay. I'm just gonna keep going with glouche and then it can sit while I'm top dotting other things. I was gonna do the mica first, but who knows, I might. It just depends on how far I get. We are getting old, Julie. But it's okay. We're getting old together. I'm like, how many cortisone injections can you get? You know, it's like, they did one in my neck recently. They're gonna do my shoulder, and now they're talking about doing my thumb. But I saw a different doctor, a chiropractor this week who was kind of magical, and he do I want to go this big? Be careful. He actually told me about a clinic in town that does injections, but it's not cortisone or steroid, same thing, I guess. It is something else that is not, it doesn't like you can get limited out on how much you can do for cortisone stuff. Okay, wait. So you got to do a sale. I need help figuring out how to do that. What do you mean, Jeanette? Well, I think my thumb might just be overuse. Like you gotta, more details, Jeanette. I know you're limited in your character count. Hey, Mary. Oh, I'd like to do like a live auction style sort of. You can totally do something like that. You probably need a moderator. Do people do sales like that all the time? Like one of my friend's sons, he sells like Pokemon cards. He opens up the packages of them and for people, and they do auctions on them before they open them and stuff like that. So you can totally sell things live. I definitely Mary's a good person to talk to because she helped Christina with hers, and it worked pretty well, I think. It was a lot of work, but somebody else said they were thinking about doing that too, some sort of clearing out. I don't know, Cindy, if that's what it was. It started with a P. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, it started with a P something, and he put in a referral there for me, which was really nice of him. I didn't know chiropractors actually did that. But this guy, he like fixed my lower back. It was like heavenly. It's like, are you kidding me? I'm gonna go out dancing and mess it all up again. Although I don't dance very well, or at all, for that matter. See ya, Tara. I cannot wait for Juliana to get home so I can have my little package from you. So this one, what I'm using right now, because this is the glouche, so you can see it's like white here, but it's drying, so it'll dry shiny. So I'll be putting red chrome mica on all of these. So the people that ordered this, they wanted crimson red, and I know there's a color that's crimson red, that's what the base is. And so my kind of style is I top dot in colors that are pretty, like a metallic version or a shiny sparkly version of the base. So that's kind of my style. I don't really do a whole lot of contrasting top dots. Oh, you got your coins to refill. Good. Well, thank you. Now I'm going to have some to share because I've been really low on them because I haven't done lives in a while. So thank you, Jeanette. I appreciate that so much. I don't even think I set a goal or anything, so I appreciate that. Yeah, so it's going to dry clear, and then I will hopefully, I'll probably just pick a section of this and work in sections for my top dotting. And I think the mica may have to go last, so it's just going to give the whole thing a bit of a crimson shimmer, which they probably will like, because I think that was the #1 color they wanted. So I love the effect resin has. Resin, just like, you take my paintings, you put a metallic or a shimmer or mica, dimensional paint, whatever on top, and then you add resin to it, and it just is undescribable, like the difference that the resin makes. But resin comes with its share of headaches. And I seriously love it and struggle sometimes with it. It's honestly, we had a black lab back when we got married in 1998. We had Barley, and he was the best. And I was like, I don't think I could do another lab. Barley was too perfect. Shoot. So one thing about glouche, you really have to clean it up good, or the mica will stick wherever it is, and it's best to clean it up when it's wet. And now I'm even going to put some water on it and really clean that. The barefoot slipped on this. I have it on this easel that's up to help with my neck. Shirts. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Patty. There are some people over on like Instagram and stuff too, I can see, but not too many, but it's okay. I haven't done this in a while, so working on building up again. So with the glouche, you just definitely really want to make sure that you clean it up, or that mica will stick. And you want the shape to be right, because that's not very circular. But see, look how quick it's drying over here. I don't know if you can't see that. Over here, it's already drying. These are pretty much dry in there too. And it stays tacky. Tara says it can stay for weeks. I'm never that patient to know, but so I'm just gonna turn this and come up. Maybe do a little shift. I'm gonna just work over here and get all the glouche in where it needs it. This is gonna take up. I use so many different sizes when I'm cluster dotting, so this may take a minute to work through all of these. Oh, the mica is almost instantaneous. So once this dries and it no longer has any white milkiness to it, and then you can put the mica on immediately after that. But I don't want to do that while some of it's drying or while I have wet paint around. but it is, and it doesn't really wipe off. I need to wipe this down again. I can see some of my chalk lines still, so I'll do a full wipe down. And you can wipe down even with glue on it, just so you know, with water. I'm adding more glue to my little tiny paint pot here. Okay, I was going through it. Just going up here. I often do that measuring business. And I am going to give this a spin or two because I don't want it to run at all. Yes. And that I already did, they just are, I've got a couple that are still showing, and mine are, it's watercolor pencils, so I can probably just use my finger and get those off that I see. Yeah, Mary is a good one to answer questions about glouche as well, because she uses it quite a bit. Yeah, it's pretty impressive how quickly that, once the glouche dries and the mica is on, it stays. You can, if you work at it, you can wash it off, but it is pretty cool. Cool stuff. Patty, I appreciate you trying to get this pushed out. That's really sweet of you. I know that I think Jenna's on and other people are on, so I'm just here for me. And you if you want to be here. So thank you for being here. So that one went. I get these bubbles in my glouche sometimes that I can't pop. Oh, sorry, Jeanette. I know, so I think sometimes we saturate we just haven't done a lot of lives, and I feel good today. And I'm top dotting, which I have to do on my lives. I cannot do the laying down an initial pattern on my lives, or it really messes my brain. Drains me too much. These little bubbles. They're staying. They're staying for now. I'm gonna risk this, guys. I'm not gonna risk this. I've been too clumsy with putting my hand in paint on this already. I've had to redo a couple of parts of it when I've done that. Quite skilled. Well, I know Scott will probably be up in another hour, so I won't. When he wakes up, I'll hop off. Yeah, see, I needed to rest my hand, so I think we're okay. So I'll just use this. I'll never use this. See my face? I forgot that you guys can see my face. I'm freaking out. What movie are you going to? I really want to see the How to Train Your Dragon. I really love those movies, and I keep telling myself I'm actually going to read the books. But I guess I don't read much anymore, so it's kind of silly. Yeah, I can't even see when I'm using Streamlabs, I can't see how many people are on or even how many likes there are, any of that stuff. So it's kind of like, it almost is better in that sense, where I don't have to think about that stuff or wonder. It'll just be a surprise at the end when I look at the stats. So. Alrighty, turn that a bit. I think I'll start up there. These little guys in. My goal is to get this guy top dotted today. I really want to get these two big pieces done before we're taken off on Wednesday, and I don't want to have to take them with me. I'd at least get the painting and then I can resin them when we get home. But we're going to be gone for probably close to a week on the road playing. Scott's going to ride his bicycle on a couple of long rides, and we're going with my shape cutter, Jer, and his wife. Hey, Jules. Oh, the new John Wick. Nice. We're going with Jer and Diana, and we had planned to do this last year. There's a old, it's a National Historic Site in the Wrangell St. Elias National Park, called Kennecott Mine. It was a copper mine in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and we went there 10 years ago. I'm starting to see the pictures pop up. 10 years with the kids and our good friends, the Wolvertons, and you can hike down to a glacier and hike up on the glacier, which I won't be doing this time. Gosh, I had a different body 10 years ago. But we're going to go there for a couple of days, and then Jer and Scott, if the Chitna, or the Copper River, if the Copper River behaves and doesn't come up too much with all the snow melt we have going on, because it's been so warm here, they are going to go dip netting for Copper River Reds, which are amazing salmon. One of the gifts of being an Alaska resident is you can dip net for certain kinds of salmon instead of like fishing with a rod and reel. So it's more of a subsistence, fill your freezer kind of thing, which is just a gift to be able to have that really amazing salmon for, the $15, I think, cost of the permit. So I'd like to say it was only that, but when you talk about going there and getting on a charter to do it and that kind of stuff, you can from the shore, but when you get older, you're just like, I'm going to take the easier way. It's a lot of hard work. But we can get like 35 salmon, which is wonderful, and keeps us going all year. Good, healthy fish. Sorry, I'm focusing. So that is the plan. But I'm also going to, Diana's an artist, and actually she and Jer are the ones that really encouraged me with this. I had started painting and I sent one to Diana, and she's like, why don't you have Jer cut your shapes for you? And they're the friends that knew Juliana here. Juliana worked with Jer. So that's been cool. And if Phil weren't working, we would say they need to come with us too. I'm trying to get my sister-in-law and brother-in-law to come too, because they would love it. Sorry if this, oh, I guess it's not off. I might have slid off camera there. Okay, let's do the big one. And some little ones. So when I use these really big Happy Dotting ones, I always like have to move paint or gouache in this case around. Because it's never on, it always like has some sort of big air bubble and it goes bloop. Or I feel like gouache is the right word, it gouaches out the side. Sec. Some. Okay, just trying to keep track of my comments there. We're good. Around. Oh, I didn't do those. I didn't do the little flower. So weird how this one looks so square because it's got 4. Oh, too big. I'm just going to put this someplace else where it fits. I have to start in the middle, and I didn't because I have those outer ones I don't want to screw up. So watch my weird hand angle. The bubble. Trying to pop this with my sharpest tool. This easel actually is quite nice because it does allow me to rest my hand. Kinda handy. Kinda handy. Going in this area here with this size. Hopefully I won't have regrets for doing this. guys. Spinning around to reach things. That does help. The big ones and then this interior part. Sorry, I just had to go lower. I could feel my neck starting to not be happy. Alright. I'm going to try zooming in and see how it goes. Because sometimes it works. Maybe that'll make it easier for people to see. Little bit. Oops, not doing that. I'm starting further in. Kind of laughing because I'm so low now. That'll help. Sure. Not that it matters. I have noticed if I do too little of a dot, sometimes it will pop off. So. Don't want that happening. Lots of little dots to do. Our cottonweed is blooming, or that's the pollen that is out there, and it's like our summer snow. Just blowing around. Keeps catching my eye out the window. Let's see here. Interesting. So interesting. Like if I go on TikTok right now, it doesn't show. I wonder if I went on my other profile. I can't see. Normally it shows that I'm live if I just go on my Dotawong account. But it doesn't when I'm doing Streamlabs. But maybe I just need to go into my other profile and look. That might be the option. To see if it shows up on the list. Like it doesn't show up on the list of lives. So I find that kind of interesting. So I don't keep track of hours very well, Asia. Because you got to think I sanded it, painted it black, sanded it, painted it black, then did the sparkle coat, the pre-sparkle, as Juliana calls it, my pre-sparkle coat. I think I did that. That probably took half an hour to do all that. And then when you think about seriously putting that color palette together, that took a couple hours at least. And I actually figured out another color today or yesterday. I was like, oh crap, I forgot I had that paint. That'll look really good on this orange. It's the Naturalis warm orange. It's super shimmery and amazing. I'm kind of gosh, I have all these horrible words in my mind. I am a person who just likes the sparkle, so I hope that the people that are getting this like the sparkle too. It's a gift. Friends are buying it for someone. Okay. Bring it up. Forgot I was zoomed. So, going over to the foot. I know, it's hard to keep track, but I also don't, when I set my prices, I'm not doing it by hour, that kind of thing, so. But I know, like Jenna says, 13 hours to do one of those rounds or something like that, and I don't know how long this takes, because when you really put in the time to do the resin and everything else, it adds quite a bit. Especially when you resin like me and screw things up too. Oh, I forgot to do that red with gouache. I will have to do that before I stop gouaching. I'm just trying to think. So I spent a pretty good chunk of yesterday on this. So probably 2 to 3 hours. I take a lot of breaks. Like I normally am up often, like, oh, let's go take the dogs out, let's just get up and move, go change some laundry, and try not to sit for more than an hour and a half or so at a time, unlike right now. But yesterday, I really wanted to get this done, because all I had done was like the center part. I took the day off the day before, from this because I needed to finish up some resin, and I only had the center grid, stencil, whatever you call it, down. I can't even think of the word. And then I was like, I need to add more, so then I went in and added and added and added, and then was excited to get going on it yesterday. So when I got up, I worked on it for probably 2 hours, and then I did a long haul on it last night, probably another 4 or 5. I've probably put close to 8 hours into this already, if not more. One of these days I've got to talk to a few people around here in the Alaska art world and kind of start talking about what should I really be charging for things like this, realistically. Because there are some people that wouldn't charge much. You know, and I'm really not charging much for this at all. Really not. I really feel like this one should be a lot more than what I'm charging for it, but I'm not changing my prices right now. I think I'm gonna bump them up after this summer season. I don't think I'll ever change my ornament prices because they're just at a accessible cost point, you know. But I couldn't imagine with the oh my gosh, you can tell I need to probably take a break because I can't come up with words all of a sudden. Is it quilling? Why am I feeling like I'm not getting your art right now? That that's just got to take so much time, I would think. Do not want that bubble right there. And does that wear on your hands? I should have been watching you. I was painting the other night while you guys were on. I should have been watching how you do it. Because I'm assuming there's tools to help you curl the paper. Yeah, quilling. Brain dead. Brain. See, I'm starting to hit some of these. I think I'm going to have to just pause for just a second because I don't want the resin I put outside, the two pieces, I don't want them to get too hot. And they're in a tub, which I assume is making it like a greenhouse. So it's probably getting really, yeah, that's a lot of time. Are you, where are you selling those, Asia? Or how are you? Okay, I think I hit all my red. It only took me an hour to do. Okay, I'm going to run out really quickly. Sip of water, run out and grab those. Or check them at least. Make sure they're not melting. Instagram posting. Yeah. Well, and it's hard to find the time. Like, I just realized I have a ton of things up on my website that I already have sold, that the shop in Sitka just keeps cleaning me out, which is a good thing. But they're selling a ton down there, and we've actually kind of had to adjust just to make sure I'm not getting completely overloaded trying to keep up with the demand I have from them, because I could paint for them solely. Like, I've already got another 20 ornaments, all of these sitting, where is it? All of these over here are for my next order for them. We just decided we're gonna cut it down a little bit and not do, like the last order was 72 pieces, and it took me 2 months to complete, which was fine, but it was stressful having that much looming over me. So, and I got sick in there, and it just took longer than I wanted it to take. So we just kind of discussed we're gonna make it do smaller orders that I can get done quickly and get out to them quickly is the plan now. Ooh, is this, as much as I love this, is this going to be an issue not laying flat? Oh, this stuff is so freaking pretty. I gotta do a tiny bit more on that one. And this glue's just sticky because it's tacky glue, so like I'm touching it and it feels like I'm sticking my hand in wet paint. So it's like, a little scary. Oh, okay, I'm gonna fix that in just a second. I got a little drip, but that is the absolute right color for this. Feels like it is sliding, so it may just mean that I gotta keep moving it until it sets up a little bit. Oh my gosh, this is really pretty. Very, very pretty. I know, I am super happy about that, the shop, and they are absolutely wonderful and so patient. Like, my text to her last night after I looked at this piece that has another coat of resin on it today, I'm like, the resin may be the death of me. Either that or my black lab's hair may be the death of me, because it's Tonks's hair that's the issue. It's hot, she's shedding, and it's just impossible to keep that dog's hair out of stuff. Just while I'm getting it done even. I vacuumed right before I did today's. Yeah, I'm excited about that. It's keeping me so busy, though. I have some other goals that I like, getting my website set up and doing the little bit of graphic art work to transition some of my pieces into printable items. So I can put... And I think I'm going to try and get a hold of or find a graphic artist that can help me convert them in a way so the metallic stuff will work, because I think that would be really pretty if we can do that. It's just going to take a few tests and find printers that can print that. It really is... And all I've got to say, Asia, is you have to sell yourself. You got to be willing to put the work in if you want your stuff in places. And it just really, you got to be willing to. I know that if I have the same kind of like Christmas season as I did last year, where I had so many customs to do constantly, it's going to be busy. I'm going to be busy. Because I think that even though this place in Sitka is more of a summertime thing, I'm going to need to be working on things for them all year to keep them stocked without being such a... Yeah, see, that would be really cool. Stuck my hand in one of the more wet glouche spots, and I may have to go over it again or the mica will be rough like that. Don't want that. Don't want that at all. What is that? There's something in there. Probably paint from... Yes, this is trying to run, dang it. This paint, this Naturalis, takes a lot longer to dry too. So I may find I'm going to need to lay this flat. Dang it. This is just a really pretty paint. You're going to hear me repeat it over and over. I normally don't do this by color. I do it by section, and I'm realizing I'm having regrets already for not doing that. But I'm just going to do probably this middle section, the orange. And then maybe call it to decide if I'm going to have to lay this down to do the rest of the orange. I might. So that's still happening. I don't want this to be weird, and you guys might be coming off of the easel. It's going to take a minute because I'm going to have to adjust everything. This is totally stuck on there. It's going to make a loud noise. I have a thing to make it so it doesn't, oh, let's not spill paint. So we're going to set this down. Those hold the easel in place because it slides. So we'll move them out of the way. Now, okay, let's we're bringing her back up. Let's see. I'd have to zoom out again. Let's see here. Go over my shoulder. Don't mind my table. You get to see my camera in front of my face, but you can see my painting better. Alright, let's zoom back out. Alright. I just didn't like what it was doing to the having it up on the angle. I did not like what it was doing to that center dot. It just kept sliding, and I don't want it to be sliding around. Yeah, I would go live more if it didn't drain me. It really does physically drain me. Because like if I do too much brain work, I get drained. And this takes a lot of brain work. That's why I only top dot when I'm on lives. I don't lay my patterns down, because I come up with all of this stuff as I'm painting. I don't I don't look at I rarely look at other things I've done or other people have done anymore. if I get an idea, I might incorporate it in. But you're not going to see 100% something somebody has done before on any of my stuff, that's for sure. Yeah, I just don't feel like I can do a schedule. I really have to take what each day gives and go from there. I tried that early on and it doesn't work for me, unfortunately. So I like to be the random live that just shows up every once in a while. But I really am feeling better, so I'm hoping I can do some more. But we're going to be traveling a lot too in the next month, so just all around the state. So you'll see some videos from where we are, which will be cool. Ooh, I wonder if I'll get it inspired for a new color palette. Just started thinking Kennecott might be a really, really cool place. Hi, Gabrielle. Hi, Tracy. Hello. Oh, thank you, Denise. I'm sorry. I did not see you over there. I'm looking at multiple places for comments, so I apologize, Denise, that I did not see that. And thank you so much. So I did, those of you just getting in here, I did glouche on all the red, and I'm going to use the chrome mica, red chrome mica on that, on those. This is the Naturalis, so it dries a little different, this paint. I had this up on my easel, but the center dot was starting to kind of slide around, and I just did not like that at all. So I took it off. We're down flat for the moment. Yeah, Tracy, I appreciate your support and understanding on the health front. On just, we do what we can with what each day gives us. This is the one I stuck my hand in. There's a nice palm print on it. Re-glouche that one. I'll wait till before or when I stop, probably, so it can dry. Yeah, well, this, I know it's amazing. This calms my brain, painting like this. This just gives me peace. You know, it really does. Yeah, I know, and that's why I am I had it up, but once the orange dries, I can put it back on the easel. So I will probably do that later today. I was just going to get this, at least try and get the center orange done in all of these before I stop today, or for a bit. Usually when Scott gets up, I hang out with him for a while, and he's riding his bike to work today, so he's going to leave early, so I would absolutely love to get this top dotted today. We shall see. Yeah, I'm trying, Tracy, I'm trying to like keep my chin back. It's kind of hiding my double chin with the camera, but keep my chin back and my back straight to support better. And I'll do some stretching when I stop too. Juliana and I were talking. She's out, sorry, at the Midnight Sun Festival in downtown Fairbanks. Phil's working down there today, her husband. And I think she was going with the grandkids and stuff, spend a little time down there. And they are, she and I were talking about how maybe I should incorporate like a little chair yoga into my lives. Like, take a break every 45 minutes and let's just do a couple of little stretches and stuff like that, because it would help me, and I'm sure it would help a lot of the people watching. I could see that. Yeah, on a really big one, Denise, where they had, so Denise is on YouTube and commenting, and like where they have a huge piece they're working on and then have a bridge that goes across it so they can get to the center points and all of that. Is that what you're talking about, Denise? I have seen that. I really like the glouche, Tracy. I do. I love what the mica just, you know me and my sparkles and shimmers and shines, and it's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. I'm going to, I think I have all of Tara's micas, and I'm probably going to check out, I think Jenna recommends Resin Rockers, and see if there's any that fill gaps that I have in color palettes that I use most. I don't like doing everything, like this is the only mica that you're going to see on this, because it really does, I think for me, if I do too much, I think it's too much for me, for my style. But it's nice to have kind of this color palette was designed based on what the people asked for. So Tracy, are you talking about a form of glouche? A form of tacky glue? Is that what you're talking about? And then I gotta stop doing that. I really need to finish what I'm saying and not look at comments while I'm talking, because it always throws me off. It throws my brain into, where was it? Oh, no, Juliana. No, that was different. I don't know. What the heck? Tracy, I'm amazed that you didn't get filtered on that. Truthfully. That's funny. Okay, lots of dots. Lots of dots. That's going to spread. I'm going to do those little guys first. Oh, I'm already getting sticky. Looks pretty dry in most places. So I will, when I stop, I will probably glouche first thing before I start painting again. Or not glouche, mica over the glouche. So I'm not feeling this stickiness that makes me think I'm putting my hand down in wet paint all the time. Tracy, what's the weather like there in Vancouver area? Because a lot of times it's similar to up here. I mean, like if we're having a heat wave, you guys often are, and we're definitely in a heat wave. I am not complaining, but it is smoky out. We've got wildfires that started. We had a thunderstorm a few nights ago, and it started several fires in the area, unfortunately. I need to remember to go in, and I did clean up my guidelines, but some of them are still kind of showing, so I want to, before I glouche, or before I mica the glouche, I need to definitely go over and remove any guidelines that are still around. So you can end up washing off mica if you're not careful, and I don't want to have to redo it. Okay. The dots. These dots. I think that's going to be right. This is an area I just wasn't sure about how to go about this section. I wasn't sure if I should do little orange dots, so I just kind of acted like it was part of this overlapping into the center and did little dots from like my little cluster dotting. I guess we'll do that one while I'm right here. It's a little bigger, but it'll be fine. Definitely needed to lay this flat. This would have been rolling everywhere. Sliding paint. So the crimson and the burnt orange were the two main colors they wanted on this, and they wanted grays and blues with some navy blue. So I think I hit it with this, and I just wasn't sure how it was going to look, but I'm really liking this. I think it's pretty cool. It's turned out quite beautiful. This paint, I definitely don't want to risk putting it down anywhere where my hand might go in it when I go and work on the other orange dots, because it takes a little longer to dry. Thank you. Is that you, Heather? I can't tell. This is a custom. This is a two-part custom. I've got another 18-inch seal to do for the same order. I'm not positive. One of them, I think, maybe both are wedding gifts. That was really nice that they were getting these for people. So Heather, how are you doing? And I really appreciate that. Who knew I had this in me, Heather? Seriously. Who knew? I'm still kind of amazed. I get shocked at times that I can do this. Like, Scott and I sit there and do that. I'm like, seriously, Scott, did I just do that? Look at this. I did that. We just kind of laugh about it. Hi, Ashley. Yeah, I am like booked on keeping me busy. I have next to no stock left, and I'm in a continuous painting cycle for the shop in Sitka, because they are going through my stuff very quickly down there, which is pretty exciting. I just wish I knew where some of it was going, because I know people from all around the world take cruises, so like, I just kind of wish that I knew where some of it is. I'm glad you're good. Oh, good afternoon, Diane. Good to see you. Oh. This thumb of mine is starting to I think I might be. In fact, I know I have things in Colombia and well, in Canada definitely, but South America. But I'd be curious. Thank you, Jeanette, for sharing. What do I have going on? I love this paint, but it is stringy. Jeanette, when you head into your movie? So I can see, you know, those of you that aren't aware, I am streaming to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok all at the same time. So I can see the comments from all of them, but it doesn't necessarily allow you guys to, unfortunately. So, so I try and communicate across applications what the comments are. Pretty. This is going to be, I'm excited to get that mica on this. The way it makes that red so shiny, it's probably going to look very similar. Putting the red chrome on it. Well, I haven't done this in a long time because I've just been too exhausted, and it takes a little more effort to set up multiple windows and everything. So I'm glad I'm doing this, although I don't know what I'd do if it upped my business, my painting business, because I just don't know if I could stay on top of it all. And I guess I can always say it takes longer to get things out to people. Probably should say that, like, if you're thinking of ordering for Christmas, probably better off ordering sooner rather than later. Okay, let's pick an area. We shall go up here. Smaller, bigger. So, off camera. Let's get back on camera here. This thing is messed up. Gotta make sure it's not. It's gonna hit things. His legs are out a little ways, so. I'm going to work kind of up in here, I think. Okay. I'm going to try and work in this area for a bit and get the orange part done over here. I need to start in the middle. What the heck am I doing trying to do that? I shifted things, so now I'm a little off. There we go. Sorry, we're going to do a little stretch. My chair yoga. Got to do what I need to I know. Well, I'm not painting from the inside out because I know the orange takes longer and I wanted the glouche to dry. So I'm getting the glouche down and the orange down, and then I'll start in the middle again once I have the mica on. So that's my plan. But I kind of keep forgetting, like right here, to do that in each little section. Oh, gosh. Twinge in the thumb. Sorry, I was just like felt like I almost needed to support my hand right there. Definitely got to wipe this area out. I see lots of guidelines. There we go, popping off screen again. You might be missing out. I'm just gonna say, I really like glouche a lot. It is, I think for me, if I have 1 or 2 max glouche top dots, it just elevates what I'm doing in a beautiful way. And I like it. I like it a lot. I really, really do. Let's do it. A little more there. That's awesome. I recommend getting a kit because she'll put some mica in with it. I really I like the pen a lot, but it does clog and she knows that. So I ordered some extra pens, but I feel like now I just decided I'm gonna put it in here, put some glouche in here, and I just dot it on and it works great. So I don't know if the pen is truly necessary for me anymore. I think that I would be okay without it, but I do like how you can get the super fine dots with it. It's really kind of nice. It's very nice. Got all sorts of different sizes. I do this to myself. Change up sizes constantly when I'm doing my cluster dotting. So it can be a little time consuming with constant wiping of tools when I'm doing the top dots. Big one. Yeah, that's I'm deep. I'm deep in the rabbit hole. She just had a sale, and actually Juliana stopped by the post office for me today, and I'm waiting. She won't be home for a few more hours, but she's got my latest Bliss order. Kind of a junkie right now. It's just so pretty. So pretty. I'm going to do a couple of big ones that are around. The big orange dots while I have this tool. Dirty. I am going to say, since this arthritis has flared up in my thumb, the Happy Dotting tools are much more comfortable to hold. I probably should be using them all the way down for the smallest dots instead of using the regular dotting tools, because I think it would help my hand a bit. Especially when I'm working on these bigger pieces. paint is really pretty. I had to mix colors to get this base color. What did I mix? Cinnamon stick and spiced pumpkin. Just didn't have that burnt orangey color, rusty orange. Hey, Gren. Enjoy your movie, Jeanette. Can hang with us while you're getting popcorn and previews, watching previews. Oh, I'm not on screen, sorry. How's Gren? Thank you, Gren, for the love. Okay, now we're going to just work our way around and take care of the little business. Alrighty, let's go. Yeah, well, veg out and watch me drop some dots. How's that sound, Gren? I got you. Give you a place to veg. I'm not even talking very much, and I don't even have music going, so it's a nice peaceful thing. It has been a while. How are you, Jen? And I got the camera on again, except I moved things, so now it's in front of my face for the moment. But it wasn't when I was on my easel, but this paint does not like to be on an easel. It will run drips of orange down the whole thing. I didn't do that. Okay, let's dropping things. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I'm doing pretty well. I really am. I was really rough for quite a while there, and that's why I wasn't doing lives. I needed to just let myself heal a bit and listen to my body. And I did. And now I'm back in almost full force. Almost. We'll get there. But we're going to be traveling a bit. So next week we're off with the guy who cuts most of my shapes. This is a 24-hour crafts one. But the guy that cuts most of my shapes and his wife are going exploring in the state, which will be awesome, in our campers with our bikes and stuff. Thank goodness for an e-bike. And then Scott and Jer are supposed to fish or dip net for Copper River Reds, and then we'll be home. And I don't think I'll be able to do any lives while I'm out and about, but I am seriously considering a Starlink, but not there yet. The portable one. But I am, and then we're home, I think, for a week while Scott works, and then Scott has 3 weeks off. And we are hoping to spend most of that 3 weeks on the Kenai Peninsula. It takes us like 12 hours to drive there, and just so Scott can fish a ton. And you know what? I will try to remember. I didn't this time, Jen. I did not do. I didn't do any sharing out, but I'll try and make sure I send it directly to you. That when I do a live, I will try. Okay, let's get in here. Get these. I'm gonna do this leg. All the orange on this leg. That's causing the issue in itself. Okay, I'm going to try using my happy dotting tools more too. I have been on a little while. I honestly am not quite sure how long. Oh wait, almost 2 hours. So not too incredibly long. I've stood up a few times and ran outside to check on things that I have in resin things in a tub out there, making sure they weren't getting too hot. Somebody had things melting recently, I think. I'm like, oh, I need to make sure. And granted, we are not Las Vegas hot, but it is hot for here right now, and it has been all week. And we do not have air conditioning, so it's like the total open the house up at night. And guys, I just got to tell you, we have 24 hours of daylight right now, so it's not like it gets really cool at night. It does not. So get maybe actually, and the thing about here that a lot of people don't realize is it's 80 degrees, or 85 degrees, whatever it is. But when you're here, we're so high latitude wise that when you're like in the lower 48 or somewhere further south, the sun goes like up and over, so it's more on your head. When you're here, it's going like around, so it's hitting your entire body. So it honestly feels hotter, like 10 degrees hotter. Like, I'm from Oregon, and it truly, when it is 80 here, it feels like 90 in Oregon. And so it feels so much hotter than it is. And for people who aren't used to that kind of heat anymore, it can be a lot. And then there's my husband who chooses to ride his bike still. And when we get hot, dry like this, we have our, it's just warm. Warm all around. It gets, we had thunderstorms a few days ago, and now it's all smoky out there. We had beautiful blue skies, but it's totally smoky now. That's the wrong one. So, it's still warm. And this happened a few years ago. They thought it was going to hit 100, but because of the smoke cover, it didn't get that hot, which it wouldn't surprise. I don't think we're supposed to be that hot, but this is like for the foreseeable future. We're in the 80s, which is just lovely. And if our kids were younger, we'd be on the lake, tubing, that kind of thing. But Scott's working. I'm painting. Just doing what I love. Hi, Tina. Tina's over on Instagram. One of the many Tinas in the dot world. Okay, do these ones. See if this helps my thumb. Thumb. I ran into one of my old co-workers who, she has a really cool place on an island off of Kodiak. And it's like an Airbnb, and they have to take like a water taxi out to it, get a boat to run people out there. but they own it, and it's got 3 or 4 cabins on it. But she picks a ton of Devil's Club, which is native to there, and it has a lot of healing properties. So she makes this balm that I got from her yesterday that it's really good for inflammation and stuff, and she mixes it with beeswax and olive oil. So it's kind of greasy, but I'm telling you, when I saw her, I ran into her at the post office, and I'm like, hey, Kat, I really think I want to try some of your stuff because the way my hand's been feeling and my shoulder's still acting up. And I went over to her house and put some on. I'm like, it was almost instantaneous how much better my hand felt. It was pretty cool. And she goes, and this is last year's. Wait till I get back this summer. It'll be stronger, this next batch I make. I'm like, well, I will get more because this is nice. A nice non-ibuprofen way to help my hand not hurt. Only 60 there. The heat, it will come. Yeah, so I'm happy in life at the moment. Really enjoying having neighbors. Juliana and her husband and their dogs. Oh my gosh, you guys. I took a picture of our dogs together. Let's see if I can pull it up on my phone for you. But it kind of cracks me up because I guess I knew what her dogs look like, but you get our 5 dogs together. Let's see. We've got our 2 black dogs and our 3 white dogs all together, and they're all pals. And this was where I was laughing. I felt like we were going to have a butt sniffing train for a second there, because it kind of looked like that's what was going on. If these 2 would have just connected, we would have had the butt sniffing train. Are you asking about the Miss Chris asking about the Devil's Club balm? Is that what you're asking about? What it is? Yeah, so she makes it out of Devil's Club, which grows here. I'm not even sure where else it grows. It's got thorns and stuff on it, but I don't even know how she does it. She breaks it down somehow. And it just has, it's been known, used by native cultures for a long time to have anti-inflammatory properties. And so she decided, since she has such a huge amount of it out there at her property, and she spends 2 to 3 weeks at a time, I need a smaller something, that it would be good for her to do something with it. So she started making this balm. She has it. Thank you for hanging out for so long, Patty, seriously, and for encouraging people to join in. So she has an Etsy, and I will. Can you send me a message, Chris, and I'll send it to you? I'll let you know what her Etsy is. And I will, because I'm not even sure what she calls it. Let me go grab my container of it, and maybe it'll, hold on a second. I got the non-scented one. She makes one with lavender as well. Ooh, I'll be back. Okay, this is her Etsy. So, Chris, it's AK Boreal Cures. I don't know if you can take a screenshot of that, maybe? That's her Etsy. Hi, Michelle. You get that? AK Boreal Cures, and it's Cat Soothing Devil's Club Balm, Whale Island Cabins. I'm hoping I'm not going to regret doing this because so it's in this tin. And it's really like, smells like nature, seriously. It's pretty greasy. And she says don't be shy about it, but I'm going to be a little shy putting this on and rubbing it in right now just because I am going to be painting still and I don't want olive oil all over my painting. But I'm just rubbing her in, and she says rub it in and then take a napkin or paper towel and just wipe your hands off if they're too greasy. But it's nice and moisturizing in that sense. Yeah, I can. Oh, ow. So this is, I didn't really show you that. I'm trying to get it so it's not so glared. She doesn't have enough of a contrast there. It's Kat, K-A-T. Kat's Soothing Devil's Club Balm, Whale Island Cabins, Alaska. And it's got Devil's Club, extra virgin olive oil, vitamin E oil, beeswax, and I don't know what, natural green fragrance is. I think it's just from the Devil's Club, honestly. I think that's all that's in it. Yeah. Alrighty. We're gonna degreasify a little. Hold on. I have my coffee on my warmer, so my coffee is actually still warm. The back has her Etsy information on it. AK Boreal Cures. And I don't know if this is an Etsy number. I don't do Etsy, or don't sell on Etsy. Thank you. AK Boreal Cures. Thank you, Gren. There we go. We're putting that on there. Definitely gonna try going with the Happy Dotting tools for a bit, see if that helps. I actually was holding like this for part of the time I was painting yesterday, just trying to give my thumb a little rest. This really does rest your thumb if you hold like this. It just takes a little practice, and of course I'm doing the tiny dots, so this may not be the best time to practice. Thank you, Susan. I am in Alaska. Yes, thank you, sorry. I'm in North Pole, so I'm in the interior near Fairbanks. Everybody thinks like the North Pole. Definitely not the North Pole. It's a town with a little bit of a holiday theme, if you could imagine. We do have the Santa Claus house, and it's pretty fun. Candy cane light poles in the works. Nice to see this. Okay. Doing gentle thumb work here. Holding like this really is so much easier on my thumb because you're not like holding the tool with it, you're just balancing the tool with your thumb. So it's kind of working. Focus on the posture. Tracy, that's the reminder that I need from you. Posture. When you see me starting to hunker down. Really want to get these orange dots done before Scott gets up, but we'll see if it happens. If he's right, I don't think he'll ride with the smoke, actually. He should not ride with the smoke. It's going to frustrate him. I got a little trailer for the dogs. Thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate that. I got a trailer for our dogs to tow them behind my e-bike, and I haven't put them in it yet, so maybe I can just convince them to do a little ride with me and the dogs to test it out before our trip. because I want to be able to take the dogs when we go places on our bikes. And Scott will never leave our bikes anyway, even if they're locked up. When your husband works at the jail, certain things just don't get left behind. So if we have the dogs, and so he can hang out, or I can hang out with them while whoever runs into a store, or that kind of thing. Smudge there. I'll have to look really closely at this when I before I seal it. Thank you. I was watching some of my, like, after I'd been sick for a while, and then started trying to do lives again. Just, even though it wasn't my lungs, it wasn't anything, it just, like, I was like huffing and puffing in those, like, just couldn't catch my breath. So frustrating when I feel like that. Mix this paint a little. Need to wipe that off. Do any of you have any plans coming up, like summer plans or 4th of July plans or anything? A chance to get away, even if it's close to home? I guess I get away daily in this room. This is my getaway. This is where I'm a little worried about my hand being a little greasy. I don't want to grease up things. But oh, that's right. Yeah, they're gonna, if this keeps up, we won't have our fireworks sales, which is silly anyway because it's so light. Our big fireworks time is, there's been a couple of, like last year they couldn't sell fireworks. I have good family friends, or good friends that I worked with too, that have a fireworks stand, and normally when they can't sell the fireworks at the 4th of July because of wildfire season, they allow them to open up at Labor Day so people can get fireworks then, which is a better time for them here because you can actually see them. Oh, that's right. I remember you talking about that a while ago. Remind me of the job, Jen. I really like this orange. It's so good. I'm so glad I remembered I had it. And I wouldn't have remembered even though, because it's sitting behind where my monitor is. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. So, so are you on vacation now, Jen? Or are you saying you're building up vacation time? I'm sorry, I misunderstood your comment. That's so cool. Is it going okay? I know you said, I remember we talked about like the massive amount of, potential like paperwork, especially for all the different levels of incomes and stuff and getting assistance and that kind of thing. Just need a reminder sometimes. I will remember some stuff. It's kind of exciting. I get excited when I remember things, actually. Oh, cool. Oh, that'll be nice. Wait, Tracy, are you going to 2 different weddings or one wedding that spans from August into September? Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you'll get some time. So we have been planning my daughter's wedding. Just reminded me. I told her, I said, every payday we'll just order something. And right now the focus is making sure we got a dress that we're just like embellishing, basically. We have a seamstress that's going to do the work on it, and we're waiting on the fabric that we're adding to it. It's going to be so pretty. And I just love her smile when she's in it. Just is really great. She's going to be gorgeous. Yeah. But how nice, Tracy. Especially with that being kind of the quieter season, in all honesty. It's not a lot of people are going to be there because they're not there for summertime. It's not winter time. It's going to be a good time to be there. I need to start thinking. I got to get past this wedding before I can even start thinking about taking a vacation to somewhere warm this winter. Scott and I think we'll do a cruise. Maybe go to Texas again. That was the plan, go to Texas again and see my nieces and nephews, or our nieces and nephews. There's going to be a new great niece or nephew in December, so it'll be kind of fun to go back and see the littles. It's a finger too, goodness. Yeah, I had an x-ray done this week, and they're like, yeah, it's not only arthritis, it's pretty inflamed right now. I wonder why. Painting, maybe? I'm kind of hiding behind my camera, sorry. Not that you're watching me anyway. Oh, you are? Well, are you flying out of Seattle? Oh, so you've got tenants complaining about each other to you? That's what you're dealing with more than anything now? Ugh. So, so you'll fly out of Seattle probably then, Tracy, is my guess. I wouldn't worry about the border. I really wouldn't. It's not like you're here, you're coming through to travel out. You've got all your paperwork. Just go enjoy Hawaii. That's what I would do. Clean that up there a little. Okay. Let's paint around. Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be totally fine. That's nice that you can fly right out of Vancouver. You will just have a marvelous time. Are you, Tracy, are you staying somewhere where like family is staying? That kind of situation? Or are you staying at a place a little separate so you can take breaks when you need to and not feel like you have to be super involved with all the wedding activities? Oh, oh no! Jen, that's terrible. Was was it was it natural causes or self causes? How do I say that? Self or natural? That would have been horrible either way. And was it a somebody asked to do a check on them, or it got to a point where you had to go into the apartment because things weren't paid, that kind of thing? Not sure. Well, at least that's good. Not as sad as and tragic. But that, yeah, those are the things you don't realize when you apply for a um, when you apply for a job, property manager job. I never would have thought that, honestly. The evictions, I guess. And some of them I'm sure are really hard when you have to evict people because you know it's circumstances out of their control that may be causing them to be in that situation, unfortunately. Well, that's good, Tracy. Are you extending your trip beyond the wedding? That'll be nice also to have to be at the same place. One of the things that in my last, not my last, not my last round of physical therapy, but one of my rounds of physical therapy in the past year was if you're too overwhelmed in a situation, don't leave and not come back. Like if you're, like the example was, I don't go with my husband to the brewery because I don't drink and or drink much, and it just gets overstimulating. And my physical therapist said you're never going to build the tolerance up if you just don't go. So instead, go, and if you need to, go out to the car for 15 minutes. So if you're staying at the place of the wedding, you could always, if you feel like it's too much, just go back to your room for a half an hour break and then go back to the events. Oh, yeah. That, Jen, that's good then, that it's not so unfamiliar to you. Yeah, that's... Tracy, you just walk away and you see if Jenny's live and have a little quiet time. That's what you do. Okay, so it's working over here. Those dots look pretty good. Missed that. Oh, I notice it right away when I do that with my thumb. I'm going back to this. You, so Juliana and I, it's hilarious. They're like in our driveway in their RV, but we are constantly sending texts, and it's always pictures of our dogs. They're in my lap, look. You did! You got the birdhouse done! That's awesome. Are you happy with it? Are you gonna make it so you can actually put it outside, or is it gonna be an inside birdhouse? That was a challenging piece for you, wasn't it? Did you take crochet breaks? Oh, good. Oh, that's nice, Tracy. That'll be really nice. I don't think I can. I guess you have to call my daughter's a destination wedding because nobody lives there. It's like 6 hours from here. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm trying to work on my dress, figure out what I'm gonna do. It's outdoors and it literally, guys, there's a strong possibility it's gonna be 50 degrees and rainy. It's a covered area with heat, not enclosed, but there's heat. Ooh, Scott's alarm is going off. Little Harry Potter. I'm not gonna get all my orange done before he's up. Darn it. I know, I don't think I've seen pictures of it, Cara. That's kind of like Juliana. Juliana does a lot more crocheting than paint, but she's just one of those people that's talented, and she hasn't done a lot of dot painting, but she's good at it already. She got skills. This paint is nice because it's not like I have to hold the tool straight up and down. It's so drippy or stringy that it works to hold it in a way that is friendly to my hand at the moment. Nice. What kind of varnish did you use? Rhiannon, that is wild. I wonder if you're still in here or you just scrolled through. Thank you. I had a student, Rhiannon, spelled exactly like that. That's why I was like, wow, that's a cool name. Joe. Nice. How's Seattle, Joe? Life good? Speaking of one of my old students. Oh, thank you so much, guys. I've got to tell you, when I first started painting this, I was telling Juliana, I don't know about these colors. I don't know if I like this combination, and it just keeps growing on me the more and more I do on it. I really am liking it a lot. Okay, I'm gonna shift camera a bit, I think. Thank you. I really can always count on you guys to boost my confidence. Zoom this out again. I saw some right here. I think I might have the orange done. Holy molyos. I did have that done. Yay. Okay, I'm I'm going to zoom out. I'm trying different things here to get this to show. I can't remember if I zoomed in on this. Oh, I did. Cool. Kind of make it so you guys can see the whole thing before I go. Oh, is it so Joe, is it a long commute for work, or commute as in distance or time because of traffic? I think traffic is something that is very hard for us to get used to. So I am going to try and be super tricky and take my camera off. And this is me. Take my camera off of here and show you details on this, if I can. I'm gonna make you dizzy, spinning you around, and then I'm gonna head out after. Okay. So, oh, you can kind of hold it like this. This is kind of cool. So, I'll start at the center. So I've only done Glouche and the orange. So this will be the chrome red mica on all of the reds. So, oh my gosh, that's way too much, Joe. And it's not a lot of traffic. So you guys, well, it's so expensive there. Is that why you have to live kind of far out? Are you going to look for other jobs so you're not needing to go so far? And do you drive, or can you take public transportation? Because sometimes that makes it more bearable if you don't have to do the driving part of it. So I did. So this one, I'd say it's probably my least favorite. You know what I'm probably going to do before I come in and do more top dotting? I'll do a second layer, so I'm doing some triple dots on some of this. But I don't necessarily like how this is more square and everything else, all the other mandalas in it are round. But I still think it's cool. So, but that is my bear. 18-inch bear from 24 Hour Crafts. And all of my base paint is DecoArt. And then I've already got, I'm using Deserted Bliss, Glouche, this is Naturalis, Warm Orange, and then I've got, I'm going to use a pewter. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the DecoArt Extreme Sheen pewter or the Craft Smart pewter. For the blue, I'm using Monsoon Bliss Drops. And then I made for this is Winter Blue, I mixed Snowbird and Mirage Bliss Drops to put over that. And then I'm using Moonbeam Bliss, or Deserted Bliss Painted Desert Acrylics on the neutral gray that's there. So that's my plan. Thank you, Cara. I might, just depending on how the rest of my day goes, there is a chance I'll be back on later today doing more top dotting. So I might, because ideally I want to get this done today so I can start that seal, because that's the next big one. Oh, it's okay, Gabrielle. I was just I'm almost done, so I'm just showing what I'm doing. So I've got this guy to finish. Then I've got that big 18-inch seal, and that's all in greens, my snow-covered spruce. And then I've got this pile of 20 ornaments to do to send to Sitka. And I'm hoping to take those on our week-long trip and get most of those done, and then just be ready to resin them when I get back. But that's what's going on with me right now. We've got the great outdoors looking a little smoky and hazy. Well, it's windy. Look at that. You can see how hazy it is from the smoke. Gosh. Yuck. We're going to go to another part of the state with, actually, there's my camper right there, my truck camper, with the guy that cuts most of my shapes, with Jer. So, and his wife. And Scott and Jer are going to fish some, and his wife and I are going to paint. In fact, she does a lot of alcohol ink, and I was telling her about what Pearl does, where she's putting alcohol ink down and then doing white over it. And so we're going to try some of that, I think. So I've got a lot of stuff to do for my orders, but I think I'll at least try to do a dragonfly with that, and because I can still put like shimmery stuff on top, and a butterfly I think would look really cool done that way. But I'm going to go. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for so long, because it's been a couple hours, 2.5 hours. Wow, look at me. And I feel good. That's good. I love that. But say goodbye to the bear. And I might be back on later today. Hard to say. But I really am going to try and get this done. If it means cranking it out, not being on a live, then I might have to do that. But good to see you all. Really have missed you guys a lot. But I'm going to go. Bye.